Hello team, we're gonna do a few different exercises today, 3 in total, that not only help strengthen this midsection here, but help you move better through that trunk. This is where a lot of our pain comes from. Unfortunately, as human beings, we seem to neglect one of the most important parts of our body, and that is our lower back. Okay, so if we can strengthen a lot of the muscles all around here, like the corset muscles, they can be called, we can not only move better, prevent future back pain, but also we can possibly help if you've got any kind of aches and pains through that region currently, okay? So I'm going to show you 3 different exercises. They're all going to be on the ground. So let's start off by getting down on the ground. Okay, great. So we're down on the ground now. I have a ball here for the first one. You don't need a ball. You need, you can have a drink bottle, you can have anything. All I'm using that there is an object to, as a marker, and I'll show you pretty soon. Okay, if this is causing any discomfort on your knees now, you can also look at rolling up your mat and doubling that up if you're using a mat. Otherwise, if you're using a towel, double that up as well if you're not on something comfortable. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to come back to a tabletop position in front of whatever your object is. And in fact, you don't really need an object in front of you. It's just a good point of reference. Okay, so we're in tabletop position now. So I have an equal distance between my hands and an equal distance between my knees. So essentially I'm forming a rectangle here. Okay, so what we're going to do is simply reach out and touch whatever that object is, and then return our hand back to the start, and then transitioning over to that other side. Now, it does look like a very simple exercise. However, the goal is when I raise my hand up, okay, I don't want to in any way move at all. I want to keep my body rock solid. And it's to keep that body rock solid and preventing it from swaying from one side or dropping down is my core muscles, okay? So it's really about creating those pathways from the brain to those muscles to help correct our body in any position that we put it in, okay? So if this is a little bit too easy for you, just touching that object out in front, what you can do is you can raise your opposite knee. So as I touch with my right hand on top of the ball, I'm going to raise with my left knee ever so slightly. In fact, you probably can't even see that, okay? So literally raising up maybe a centimetre or so with that left knee and placing it back down, swapping hands as I touch with my opposite hand. My opposite knee is now elevated, okay? So you can choose between hand only or opposite knee. Okay, now we're going to do 2 sets of 10. Okay, here we go. Nice and slow. It's all about control when we're doing these kind of exercises. It's not about a race to the finish, because the muscles that we're trying to activate and train are the types of muscles that need to be activated for the majority of the day. So therefore, they need to be able to protect our back during any movements that we may make, and then you don't want them to fatigue throughout the day. Okay, let's rest. We don't want those muscles to fatigue throughout the day, because then if we go to pick up some heavy shopping bags or a child, or we go to play some golf or whatever that may be, if those muscles are fatigued when we need them, they're not going to work, and then we leave ourselves vulnerable through here. Okay, let's do a second set. Okay, so once again, I'm going to touch the ball out in front of me. I'm raising that opposite knee, but you might not be able to see that. The movement's very slow and controlled. And I think the best word to use for these kind of exercises, you're aiming for them to be graceful, okay? You don't want large body movements from happening. We don't want our body swaying from side to side. We need to control the movements, and we need to prevent that swaying from side to side by using a lot of our tiny little core muscles all throughout our lower back and even at the front of this region here as we rest. Okay, second exercise we are going to do now is we're going to come down onto our side. I'm going to do side crunches, so targeting your abdominal muscles and in particular our oblique muscles here. Okay, so we're lying on our side. We're going to have our knees stacked on top of each other. Our shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Okay, so pretty much you could drop a plumb line down through the top of one shoulder and it should come out the other shoulder there. Okay, so knees up to around hip height or just a little bit lower. We're going to go hand on the top of our head or just next to our ear, and we're going to crunch up as high as you can back down to the mat. Once again, we'll do around 10 repetitions on each side, and then we'll pivot over to the other side and we'll do the other oblique. So another muscle that is quite a strong muscle, our oblique muscle, and it's quite often neglected as well when targeting that midsection there. And we'll go one more, then we will rest. We're going to do a second set on that side. So 20 seconds break or thereabouts each time you do this. And then these exercises, core exercises, you can probably do these 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, so they're very resilient muscles. Okay, cool. Here we go, the second set. Okay, that's 8. I'll do a couple more. And one more. Good stuff. Okay, cool. So we're gonna flip around to the other side now. Better even it up. Okay, so same thing again. Making sure our shoulders are stacked on top of each other and knees are stacked on top of each other. Get that arm out in front of you like so, or just wherever it feels comfortable. Hands on top of your head and crunching up using your oblique muscles. If you have any pain, especially when you kind of get up into that oblique crunch, just try to back off how much you actually go up, as in back off a bit of that range. You don't need to go up as far up as I'm going, but you can take it up to where you feel challenged with, but also feel comfortable. And one more that we'll do, we'll rest. We'll do one more on this side, then we'll move into our third exercise. Okay, here we go. Second set. Couple more. And last one. Excellent, good work. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna make our way onto our backs. Okay, now that we're on our back, we're gonna do our third exercise. So this exercise is a foot slide. I'm gonna give you two options with the feet slide. First one will be simply sliding one foot out while still keeping it on the ground, and then bringing that back to that Okay, so we're on to our third exercise now. It's called foot slides or feet slides. So we're going to bring our knees up like so. I'm going to give you two different options. First option is simply going to be sliding one foot out to full extension, bringing it back in under control, and then swapping sides. Okay, so once again, we'll do around 10 repetitions in all. If that's a little bit easy for you, keeping your feet on the ground and sliding on the ground like so, what we can do is we can elevate that foot. So you see my foot now does not touch the ground. So elevate that, bring it back, stretch out the opposite foot, bring that back. So this is more like bicycles, okay? So once again, we'll do around 10 repetitions, have a rest, and do a second set. So you can choose between the feet slides or the bicycle variation. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make sure that we're drawing in our belly button ever so slightly. We wanna make sure always we've got a bit of an arch in our lower back. Okay, we don't wanna round out our lower back too much. It puts a little bit too much pressure on it. Okay, that's 8. We'll do 2 more. 9 and 10. Okay, feel free to do more of these if you want. You can take that up to 20 or thereabouts. Okay, 10 seconds or so rest, and we'll do the second set. Righto, here we go. Last set of exercises. Once again, the key to this exercise is all about control. It's not doing it fast. If you do it fast, you're not going to be using the right muscles. We need to slow it right down and really train those muscles that we're trying to target. And that will do us. Okay. Cool, I hope you've enjoyed that. So there's 3 exercises you can do probably 3-4 times a week. They'll help strengthen up through this midsection here, help protect your back, and maybe even reduce some of the pain or discomfort you have around this region, which sometimes can stem from actually not activating those muscles. Okay team, hope you liked the video. Thank you.